Continuing our Earth Day celebration reminds us to think about our planet, how to treat it better, right?
And if you want to take action beyond, say, just this one day, you can by just tweaking how we eat. So chef and nutritionist Diane Henderiks is here with some great tips to help us eat healthier and be more eco-friendly. Good morning, Diane.
Morning.
Good morning, both of you.
Happy Earth Day. Okay, so let's get right into action, shall we? Help us make a difference by minimizing, say, our meat consumption. How do we do that?
Okay, well, meat-heavy diets have been linked to stroke and cardiac issues. So there's nothing wrong with cutting back on the meat. And there are some great plant-based alternatives. So right here, I have some vegetable grounds, which are pretty cool. You know, you can get them made with mushrooms or soy, whatever you like. There's a lot of grains that are very high in protein, like quinoa, which is a complete protein on its own. And this is a farro pilaf that I absolutely love, nuts and seeds. And just using plant-based sources, it's really good.
Yeah,
the meat industry and the meat industry contributes to about 1/5 of greenhouse gas emissions. So it can't hurt the earth. Yeah, it's a lot. So
I don't even think of that.
You don't even think about it, but it does. So the first thing I wanted to show you, because I get so many, I put up this video of how to get the water out of tofu, and the response was amazing.
Okay.
So for people who have tofu and like tofu, I just want to show you a trick. We're going to start it at the beginning and come back to it at the end. So you buy tofu like this.
Yeah. Right.
You cut it, you open it up, and it's already in water. So you get the water out. And this is what I do, and it works so great. So this is, think about it, it's been soaking in water, and this is extra firm tofu.
Okay.
So what I do is I take it, I put it on a plate, then I'll put another plate on top of it, and then I'll weigh it down. And I don't know if you remember my brick, Betty, but I use a brick for a lot of my weighted cooking. So what I do is I'll put a cast iron pan, because that's what I cook in, which is also a great heat conductor. And then I'll stick the brick inside the pan, and we're gonna set that off to the side. And when we come back, you're gonna be blown away.
I think you should put more. More
you want more weight on it?
Put more on.
Oh my goodness. It's gonna be a tofu pancake.
But it totally gets the water out.
So we'll come back to that, right? To see how it's draining. And next you say cook consciously. Now what do you mean by that? Because sometimes I cook unconsciously.
Well, cooking consciously, the first thing I always think about is using the right size pan for the job. So we don't want to use this pan for just, you know, a little tiny thing. So use a small cast iron skillet or a small skillet as opposed to a large skillet, and you're using less energy. And don't let your water boil. Just don't let it just continue to boil and boil and boil, because you're wasting it. So if you're boiling water, then just use it as soon as it's done boiling. Don't run your dishwasher unless it's completely full. Don't let the water run in the sink. There's so many tiny little things we can do to help the earth.
Yeah, I try not, when I'm brushing my teeth, I turn the water off.
That's a very good point.
To make sure.
And that's so.
Hey, as you're checking the tofu, you know, we waste a whole lot of food. I try my best to use every little bit, but so many times we end up throwing out a lot of really good food. How can we fix that?
Well, the amount of food waste in our country is mind-blowing. There have been studies that say about half of the food that is grown, processed, and transported, half goes to waste. So and you know, where there's so many places, I don't want to get into how they could be going to food banks and stuff, because that just needs to be done, but half of our food goes to waste, our grown food. So I suggest you make a list and plan ahead when you're going to the grocery store. So just, you know, think about not buying too many things. So if you want to get, like, you know, romaine lettuce, and you don't really eat a lot of romaine lettuce, and you're buying that 6-pack of romaine lettuce, don't do it. Get one. And then when you start to notice that things are going bad in your fridge, I have a show on Roku called Fresh to Frozen and Back, where I teach how to prepare fresh meals, freeze them properly, and bring them back to the table. So as you see food start to go bad, don't let it go bad. If your apples are on their last legs, make applesauce. Core them, boil them up, make applesauce.
Good point.
Freeze them. And I use a Ziploc bag. So you'll just freeze it in a Ziploc bag, label it and date it. And that's really a great way not to waste.
That's a great point, because you know, like the other day at Stop and Shop, the peppers were 10 for $10. I'm like, I don't need 10 peppers, but I'm going to buy them because they're 10 for $10, right? And then you don't want them to go bad. Great point there.
You could slice them up, you can saute them and freeze them. And then I just wanted to show you, you know these bags that you get like lemons or whatever in? My mother actually taught me this. I save them all. And then like if I cut a half of a pepper, I put it in there because these air holes in there keep your produce much, much longer. So save these little bags that you have and put any of your produce in it and it'll last longer.
You know what? People make fun of me. I actually wash my Ziploc bags after I use them. I wash them, I hang them up to dry. It's kind of sad in my kitchen, but I figure I got to try to do something, anything.
That's not sad. It's fantastic. I stick mine on top of my things. Like I have like you probably do, Betty. I have like Ziploc bags
all over the place.
Yeah.
But now they have those new ones.
Because it's plastic.
They're like the biodegradable ones. You could just keep reusing them. Family dinners, you know, remember those things? Everybody sat down at the table, but everybody's on the go now. But you're saying kind of bring that tradition back with some earth-friendly benefits.
Yeah, there's really, I just wanted to stick that in there because I got in a point with my family where we were just all over the place as the kids got older. I just think it's great to unplug. And also, if you cook one meal for everybody, you're using less energy than 4 of you cooking 4 different meals. So in a way, it is earth friendly, but it also is giving us time to unplug, which we've obviously been doing a lot of.
Hey, I want to get to this very quickly about organic food. A lot of times, many of us think, okay, that's just it's going to cost me too much. So if we want to go organic, what are some of the main things that we can get at a good price?
Okay, well, there's something called the Dirty Dozen, and these are the ones that actually absorb the most pesticides. So strawberries, spinach, kale and collard and mustard greens, nectarines, peaches, pears, bell and hot peppers, celery, tomatoes, apples, grapes, and cherries.
Get those.
Those, if it's not it. Yeah, so if it's not in your budget, what you can do is cut back on processed and junk foods and take that money that you would have spent on that and invest in the Dirty Dozen type of organic.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Okay, all right, gotcha.
All right, we got to go. How's the tofu?
Oh, shoot, ready?
Yeah.
Watch.
Here we go. Take off the Leaning Tower of Pisa here.
Wow, look at all of that.
And then I'll do that again because this was full to the point, and then I do it one more time and you end up with this very, very firm tofu that you can slice and use like meat.
Very nice.
Perfecto. Diane, as always, thank you.
Okay, love you guys.
Love you back, Diane. Thank you.